How would you like your team to be able to start taking live inbound calls directly in Salesforce based off of the outbound calls they've made using PhoneBurner? You see, if you've purchased phone numbers from PhoneBurner, people are going to be calling those numbers back. And you want to be able to take those calls live in Salesforce so that your team can see who's calling them back, view that contact record, as well as disposition that call, ensuring that everything gets logged back to Salesforce appropriately. I'm going to show you how you can start taking advantage of that right now. So let's get into this. The first thing you need to do to enable this feature, of course, after you've installed the PhoneBurner app, you need to add users to the call center feature in Salesforce. So in the upper right-hand portion of the page, we're going to click on Setup. From Setup in the Quick Find, we're going to type in Call Center, and we're going to click on Call Centers. From here, we're going to go ahead and click on the PhoneBurner CTI. On the PhoneBurner CTI page, we're going to click on Manage Call Center Users. Then we're going to click on Add More Users. Now, if your organization isn't too large, you can just click the Find button and it'll bring up all of your users that could potentially take advantage of this option. However, if your organization is large, you can filter the organization by these parameters here. Let's say I want to find all of the people on my team that have a first name that contains R. So I'm going to click on Find. That's going to give me a list of all of my Salesforce users that have a first name that contains R. And let's say I want to get this activated for Rachel. So I'm going to select Rachel's name here, and I'm going to add to call center. Once you've added all of the users that need to have access to this call center feature, we need to make sure that we have the appropriate call center layouts created. So in the Quick Find, we're going to type in Call Center, and we're going to click on Softphone Layouts. And we're going to create two layouts. We're going to create a PhoneBurner inbound and a PhoneBurner outbound. I'm going to click on New. Go ahead and name this PhoneBurner inbound. Set this as your default. Make sure this select call type is set to inbound. And then you've got some options down here. You shouldn't have to change any of these things. One of the options you may want to adjust is the screen pops open with, we may want to change this to a new browser window or tab. But take your time to review these and decide what you want to configure for your specific team. Once you're done, hit the Save button. That'll save it to your layouts. Then you're going to add another new layout. This is going to be your PhoneBurner outbound. It is not going to be your default. For the selected call type, you're going to choose outbound. And then, of course, as far as these other options are concerned, you get to decide what it is that you want to choose here. Once you're ready, go ahead and hit Save. And you'll have your two Softphone layouts created in your account. Now, the last thing you need to do in order to make this available to your team is you need to add it to the specific apps where you want this feature to be available. So in our Quick Find, we're going to type in App Manager. Now, most people who are using Salesforce for sales are using the default Sales app to control what tabs each of their salespeople are looking at throughout their day. But of course, every organization is different, and you're going to need to decide which of the apps, and we're talking about these options here, right? Here you can see I'm in sales. You're going to need to decide which apps you need to do this for. So for example, I'm going to choose one that I haven't done it for. So let's go down here to, let's take for example, the Service Console. It needs to be a Lightning app. And then I'm going to click on Edit. In the app settings, I'm going to click on Utility Items, Desktop Only. I'm going to add a utility item. And I'm going to search for CTI Softphone. So open CTI Softphone. Once I select that, I'm going to go over here in the label. Let's label this PhoneBurner. Of course, it's up to you what you want to label it, but since we're doing this for PhoneBurner, let's label it PhoneBurner. And then we're going to save it. And that's it. Now, when we go to the service console, of course, it has to be the Lightning app. We'll now see the PhoneBurner option here. Now, I'm already signed in, so I'm ready to start accepting calls. If I was not signed in, I would need to sign in with my username and password. And now that I'm signed in, when I'm on any tab within one of the apps that I've added the PhoneBurner Softphone to, I'll be able to click on any phone number to call that number. And then, of course, I can disposition the call once I'm done. And then if that contact calls me back, I'll see that call right here in the Salesforce UI where I can answer that call, transfer the call, put the contact on hold, do whatever it is that I need to do, and then log that call activity directly in Salesforce. And that's it. That's how easy it is for you to start taking advantage of inbound calls directly in Salesforce. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video, and happy dialing.